The rain had just started to fall when Maria Alvarez realized she was $10 short. She stood under the flickering, fluorescent lights of a lonely gas station off Route 9, one hand gripping the fuel nozzle, the other clutching her worn wallet like it might magically produce money if she squeezed hard enough. In the back seat of her aging sedan, her 7-year-old son, Lucas, slept with his forehead pressed against the window, unaware of the storm gathering outside, or the one about to crash into their lives. Maria exhaled slowly, counting coins on the hood of her car. Ever since her husband died in a construction accident 2 years earlier, life had become a constant balancing act. 2 jobs, night classes, endless bills. She had learned to stretch $1 until it nearly screamed. Tonight she just needed enough gas to get home. That was all she asked. A truck rolled in beside her, engine growling louder than necessary. Then another. 3 men stepped out, laughter sharp and careless, the smell of cheap beer hanging in the air. Maria felt it immediately, that instinctive tightening in her chest every woman knows when something isn't right. She turned back to the pump, hoping invisibility might protect her. "Well, look at that," one of them said, voice thick with mockery. "Pretty lady counting pennies." Maria kept her eyes down. "Please," she murmured, more to herself than to them. "I'm just trying to finish." Another man leaned against her car, too close. "Rough night?" he sneered. "Maybe you just need a little help." "I said please," she repeated louder now. Her hands trembled, coins slipping through her fingers. One rolled under the car. The laughter grew crueler. "What's the rush?" the first man said. "You got nowhere better to be." Maria glanced toward the convenience store, but the clerk inside was busy with a delivery, back turned. The rain intensified, drumming on metal and asphalt like an anxious heartbeat. Her son stirred in the back seat, and fear flared bright and hot in her chest. She stood between the men in the car, instinctively shielding Lucas with her body. That was when the sound changed everything. At first it was a distant rumble, low and steady, cutting through the rain. Then it grew louder. Engines, many of them. Headlights appeared at the edge of the lot. 1, 2, 5, then a dozen. Motorcycles rolling in like thunder on wheels. The men froze, their laughter dying mid-breath. Leather jackets gleamed under the gas station lights. Helmets came off, faces hardened, eyes sharp and watchful. The bikers parked in a loose circle around the scene, engines idling, a wall of sound and presence. One of them, a tall man with gray in his beard and kindness etched deep into the lines of his face, stepped forward. "Evening," he said calmly. "Everything all right here?" The thugs exchanged uneasy glances. "We were just joking around," one muttered. The biker's eyes shifted to Maria. He noticed her clenched fists, the fear she was trying so hard to hide, the small face peeking from the back seat. His expression changed, not to anger but to something stronger. Resolve. "Ma'am?" he asked gently. "You okay?" Maria swallowed, words catching in her throat. Then she nodded, tears finally spilling over. "I just want to go home." Something unspoken passed among the bikers. One by one they stepped closer, not threatening, just present, unmovable. The men suddenly seemed very small. "Then you should," the biker said, turning back to the thugs. His voice never rose. It didn't need to. "I think it's time you boys move along." There was a long, heavy pause. Rain streaked down leather and denim. Finally, one of the men scoffed, trying to save face, but he stepped back. Another followed. Within seconds, they were gone, tires squealing as their trucks sped out of the lot. Silence settled, broken only by rain and the soft purr of motorcycle engines. Maria sank onto the curb, legs giving out. The biker crouched beside her. "You're safe now," he said softly. Another biker walked over to the pump, swiped a card. "Fill it up," she said with a smile. "No, I can't," Maria started. "It's already done," the woman replied. "Pay it forward when you can." Lucas woke fully then, rubbing his eyes. "Mom?" he whispered. Maria pulled him into her arms, crying openly now, not from fear, but relief. "We're okay, baby, we're okay." The biker stayed until Maria's tank was full and her hands stopped shaking. Before they left, the gray-bearded man handed her a small card. It had a simple message printed on it. "We ride so no one stands alone." As the motorcycles disappeared into the night, Maria watched the red taillights fade, her heart fuller than it had been in years. She drove home under the rain, Lucas humming softly in the back seat, and for the first time since her husband's death, she felt something she thought she'd lost forever. Hope. Years later, Maria would tell that story often. She'd tell it when life felt heavy, when the world seemed cruel and indifferent. She'd tell Lucas, too, reminding him that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it shows up quietly, surrounds you, and reminds you that even in the darkest moments, humanity still rides together. And every time she passed a gas station at night, she smiled, knowing that kindness has a way of finding you exactly when you need it most.